Hello and welcome to official Xbox 360 Magazine's OXM Report. And this week we had a chance to have an exclusive chat with Peter Molyneux at Lionhead Studios. He told us about Fable 3, which is already looking essential. So I'm here with Peter Molyneux, legendary game developer. You've repeatedly said that the Fable series is no longer an RPG. What do you mean by that, and does it wind up the RPG fans at all?
Well, let me put that in context for a start. I said when I was standing in minus 15-degree temperatures waiting for a taxi with a journalist, I said, well, I'm working on Fable 3, I'm making some decisions that some people won't like, and, it's tough being a designer. And that kind of led down this route of, oh, is Fable an RPG? There are elements of RPG in Fable for sure. You're going to level up. For sure. You're going to collect things, for sure. Is it all about based around you leveling up round the number 6 going to the number 7 and number 7 going to number 8? No, it's more spectacular than that. It's more built into the gameplay than that. One of the things that really aggravates me about RPGs is I'm forced to read huge volumes of text. It just is, and I just hate doing that. One is I'm not very good at reading, and another is that, if this was a TV program, asking you to read like a page of text to understand the story is just rubbish. So we're trying to make the story and the drama more like an action adventure. So we've got this amazing, incredible cast of characters. And we've only announced one of those characters in John Cleese, but there's some other characters which we're going to announce soon, where I think this is a collection of talent that comes together that stands up against anything you've ever seen before on TV or film or computer game.
One of the elements that people were perhaps a little underwhelmed by in Fable 2 was the co-op, and now it's one of the most exciting things that we've heard about Fable 3 is this new co-op mechanic where you can invite your friends in with their own hero.
Yeah.
Tell me about how difficult that was to implement and what it means for the experience.
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of things that were easy to design. One is it was easy to design around the problems that the Fable 2 co-op had, where you and I were just tied together, where if I wanted to go left and you wanted to go right, then you couldn't do that. And so we just said, okay, if I'm playing on my machine, I should have my own camera. If you're playing on your machine, you should have your own camera, which leaves us free to make our own choices. We can hang out together and walk along and do every battle together, or I could just say, I'm bored of doing that, I want to go off down this path. That sounds an awful lot better. And then coupling that with the idea of the ambient orbs are back, and you can invite people in at any point in any stage of the game to help you out for as long as you like. You can invite someone for the entirety of the game or just for 5 minutes. You coming into my world and seeing how different it is, how different the people react to me is really good. And that you and I, not saying that we would, but you and I coming in and being able to formalise our co-op relationship. We can either form a business partnership, want to build a business partnership, we can buy a house and move in together, and we can even get married together. And those are all pretty good, cool co-op mechanics. So it does turn out to be a really big feature, I think. Yeah.
Obviously, the other really exciting thing that's been announced is Natal Support for the game. How is that going to manifest itself? Because obviously, Fable 3 is quite a complex world. Is it difficult to integrate Natal Support into a world like that?
I mean, everything's challenging. Natal is for me, Natal is challenging because it's so different. It's very different to any other input mechanism that the world's ever seen before, because there isn't any buttons, and that's both its strength and its big challenge. And so when you've got a game like Fable, there's an enormous number of things that we can do with Natal. But what I didn't want, I wanted again for you to feel like you were part of the world. I didn't want you to go off and play some mini game totally outside of the world of Fable. I wanted to feel like you were, Natal was integrated into the world, if you like, and it's very much a kind of it enhances the world, if you like.
So it's going to be more than just waving at your co-op friend and things like that?
It's going to be integrated in, so, you know, it has a, you know, kind of has a purpose, and it kind of gives you something, and there's a reason to do it, and you won't have to put out a Fable and load up something else to play it. It's, you know, it's, yeah.
It's not Natal Support.
It's impossible to talk about these features without being very specific, and of course, and then what people don't want you to do is what I really want to tell you now. It's this.
Yes.
Yeah.
For all the exclusive details on Fable 3, pick up the latest copy of OXM on shop shelves now. And keep an eye out on oxm.co.uk for a very special podcast with Peter Molyneux, available later this week.